guys, Pastor Preston is my name. There's so many lessons to learn from the story of Adam and Eve. I think if we pay attention to that story very closely, intelligently, with our spirit alert, there are many things we will learn from that story. So I'll be bringing a few of them, but for this video, I want you to pay attention to this. Firstly, they used to enjoy the presence of God. When they became condemned, they went to hide from the presence of God, okay? Because they had started talking to another voice. So listen to this. Every time you find that you begin to stay away from someone who brings you the will of God, right, then you have become condemned. And that's an influence from another voice that you have been listening to. Take note of that. So when you find yourself no longer enjoy the people, the places, the presence that you're used to enjoy, okay, for whatever reason, no matter how good the reason is, that means the other voice you've been listening to is influenced by the devil, right? And of course, that voice had brought you condemnation. That voice had brought you condemnation. Now, whatever that voice is offering, a lot of time will make a lot of sense, because what Eve saw was, it made a lot of sense. But listen, that's why the fruit was called the fruit of the knowledge of good and of evil. Satan never sows evil without presenting good first. Okay, so in other words, it seemed like a bait. He brings good things like a bait that eventually would bring you to evil. So make sure that you guide yourself, right, from people who bring great opinions that is outside of the will of God, right, that is not inspired by God. They want to lead you to condemnation. In Matthew chapter number 24, verse number 5, he says, be careful so you will not be deceived. On the flip side, right, sometimes you need to also understand that when you are getting spiritual, okay, you begin to walk away from the presence of the people that you enjoyed to stay with before, right? Because you suddenly begin to realize that they are wrong company, okay? Just the way you begin to realize that the right people are wrong when you speak to the wrong voice. That's the same thing you begin to realize, that the wrong people are wrong when you speak to the right voice. Listen, you cannot be getting spiritual and not change your former company. That is deception. Neither can you think that you are not backsliding, right, when you are walking away from the right company, right, to the wrong company. Take note of that. Okay, so when you leave a great group of people and then you move to a wrong group of people, okay, right, no spirituality leads you in that direction. Okay, when you leave a higher concentration to a lesser concentration, no spirituality leads in that direction. Okay, it just means that you've been deceived somehow. Okay, right? Otherwise, you cannot be taking such kind of decision. So when you listen to the voice of God, you enjoy to listen to the voice of God, and you stay with listening to the voice of God, you will enjoy the company of God, and you will just begin to do well in the company of God. So beware, so you are not deceived. One of the greatest strategy of the devil is to deceive you out of the will of God with a great opinion, with a great suggestion, with something that seems to be better for you, right, that eventually will mislead you. So guide yourself away from deception. God bless you.